Shalom. This is the book of Revelations 18, start verse 1. It says, "And after all these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and it's become the habitations of devil, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sin, and that ye not receive of her plagues." Before I move any further here, I'd like to say all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, the belongs to teachers, elders, and apostles of Great Millstone, also to you brothers of death, know this truth, faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep, and to you brothers and sisters tuning in, Shalom. And I'm going to show you a little clip here. I got this actually from the brother Fisher Turn Hunter channel. He put this video up yesterday, and I came across it, and it's a very interesting video, and I want you to watch it. Now, I know a lot of you brothers and sisters are in the truth. You've heard, us repeat over and over and over the demise of the U.S. currency, the petrodollar, and what this is going to eventually lead to, which is going to be the digital dollar, and also the MOTB, the mark of the beast. Okay, but layering, leading up to that, you have the BRICS nation here that is developing a competition against the U.S. petrodollar. Okay, and I want you to take a look at this video of this scenario. Okay, that these they look like Edomites, but because they all have an invested interest in the survival of these nations. Okay, and what they're coming up to, and I'm going to go into the scriptures here, some commentary, and that'll be the end of it. I won't make this a long video. Let's go back to Revelations 18, start verse 1, where it talks about the angel giving us the warning, okay, about coming out of this place. And that's a mindset that we have to have right now, that Great Babylon, America, what we know as the United States of America, is fallen, okay, and it is going to be a desolation, pursuant to what the Lord Yahweh Shemashai said that he's going to bring to this place, okay, and he's told us to come out of it. And this is the reason why we are warning, and we are blowing that trumpet constantly in the air of these heathens that are here in these nations, okay, the two-third Yasharala, okay, of Israel, okay, so-called Black Americans and Latinos, and also continuously to feed the sheep and edify the sheep to know that our salvation is drawing near.
Okay, so
you brought that up yesterday.
Yeah, so Project Sandman. I'm just going to read this a little bit. I'm just going to read something here. Project Sandman is a coordinated attack planned by the BRICS countries on the United States. The kill shot is going to include a coordinated sell-off of at least $2+ trillion in treasuries, which will collapse the United States debt market, followed by the stock market shortly thereafter.
Wow.
These events will freeze the U.S. economy and obliterate the value of all fiat U.S. dollar-denominated assets. Most of the trigger conditions for Sandman trigger have already been met. One of them was the petrodollar abdication, basically Saudi Arabia no longer requiring the dollar for to buy oil. Another one is basically tensions between the United States and Russia and China. With the outstanding requirement would be an operational BRICS reserve currency. Basically, once the BRICS reserve currency comes online, then all of these things get met, and all these treasuries come back in the United States, and and it happens like on a Sunday night, and then Monday morning, our way of life as we know it is over.
Let's go into the book of Revelations 3 and 3, and it says, "Remember therefore how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast and repent. If therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come on thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come upon thee." Now, we are the watchmen of Yasharala Israel, also called Black Americans and Latinos. We go on the highway and the byway, we watch the news feed, we go into different parts of, the internet, to find those news feeds that, the typical Edomite news does not bring out. Because why? This is a land of darkness, this is a place of confusion. They rather bring out, the dog had a bad day, or, transgenderism, should be accepted, and, sodomy should be the norm, in society. They're bringing all these things that are going to distract, because why? This is a very carnal, wicked place, and this is the reason why Revelations 18, verse 1 mentioned that this place has become a stronghold of every foul spirit and unclean bird, because this is a place of devil, wicked people, liars, fornicators, people that are going to keep you in constant darkness. These Edomites, they're looking at it in a way financially, because what they're desiring is a continuity of wickedness here in Great Babylon, America. Meaning what? If you have money, then you can continue on your wicked life, your continuous dominance over the tribe of Israel, the Ashral, also called Black Americans and Latino, okay, who consistently live as peasants here, okay, and they can have this generational wealth. So for them, they're hoping this BRICS nation currency actually works out in such a way, you know, same way how you had the euro and all these other nations, they've managed to get by on this earth, you know, under the rulership, you know, of the petrodollar. But see, that's not going to take place here in Great Babylon. It's in America, because see, here you are a dominant nation, okay, that has ruled this entire earth in wickedness. You're not, the society is not going to accept this. And so that's the reason why you're going to see what is going to take place the day after. Now, in that last part, he mentioned a very interesting thing when he said, you know, Sunday they're going to make that change, you know, which will be Sunday to us here in Great Babylon, America, but it's going to be Monday, okay, over there in Europe when they make this change over those BRICS nation. Because, okay, as I speak right now, it is what, April 19, you know, 2023, 1:48 p.m. Central, okay, but it's what, it's already the next day, okay, across the ocean, okay, in the east, okay. So they're going to be a couple hours, maybe 12 hours, which is considered their day or their morning when this decision is made. But it's going to be a brand new thing to us when we wake up in the morning time and hear this news that the US dollar has suddenly been moved from the dominant currency. And this is going to create that chaos. Let's take a look at these chaos. Let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra 15, verse 12. And it says, Egypt, which we know this place is known as spiritual Sodom in Egypt, shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that power God shall bring upon it. Okay. And it says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for the sea shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful consolation. So there's not, imagine now, you know, right now the petrodollar is dominant. Okay, it's worth something. You can take a dollar and go into another country, and it's a big deal to these other nations because the US dollar is that strong against these other nations' local currency. Okay, but imagine now you're working the same job, working your ass off, but instead of that $15, $20, $30 an hour or $50 or $100 an hour you were getting, that now it's only worth maybe 1/3 of that, and then maybe 1/4 of that as it starts to fall. Okay, that's going to change a lot of things, because essentially you're becoming slave. And this is why people are going to be like, well, wait a minute, I can't make ends meet, because everything is still going to be priced at the current value, which you see right now, the petrodollar is right now. So it's going to make things very worse. This is the reason how inflation works, is where your buying power, okay, is dramatically reduced, because the expense of things still stay the same. And then you can have a surplus that's going to dwindle down. And so there's going to be a supply and demand that's going to take over. It's going to be a horror show here. Okay. And these people are still asleep. Okay. And it says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for the sea shall fail through to the blasting and hail, and a fearful consternation. Woe to the world and them that dwell in it, okay, especially 2/3, okay, and those other nations that are here that walk around proud and smirk their face at us all day long. For the sword and their destruction draw at nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in there. Why is this going to take place? And see, as people realize that their life is essentially over, as this man said in the end, okay, they're going to lose all hope, okay? You're going to have people who are just going to either take their own lives, or they're just going to look at other people's lives and see that it's worthless, and it's a man eat man world, okay? I mean, you're going to see this chaos. This is not going to be like these engineered, you know, chaos that you see that they had last week with these a bunch of kids that they paid money to go run and storm this park in Chicago because they're trying to, you know, have an artificial chaos, you know, similar to what it was in the movie The Purge to take place, and they're just not getting that, you know, from the people right now. Why? Everybody's living good. They have more than they need to eat, you know, and they have money to spend still, you know, parents are still working 2 jobs to spoil their little rotten devil kids. And so right now people are not feeling that pinch. But you see, when this happened, this take place, and this is just a scenario here, but we know the Lord is going to bring this judgment here. Okay. And this is going to be, you know, where out of chaos come that order, which is that MOTB, the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. This is 2nd Ezra 15, verse 17, says, and man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able, for because of their pride the city should be troubled and houses should be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. And man shall have no pity upon upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses and with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. People aren't going to show up to work and earn a quarter of what they were just earning just the week before when this all takes place. Remember, the Lord said what he's going to come as a thief. Okay. In Revelation 3:3, when he said that, you stay watch. This is what we do. We stay watch. Okay. We already know that this is going to take place. So, the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai, is not a man that lies or not keep his truth or keep his word of what he's going to do. He is going to follow through. Okay. Because he has no respect for persons. So basically, a lot of people are going to get the horrible experience of this in the horror show. But this is actually going to be a joyous time for us. Because why? Especially the watchmen, we realize that the prophecies are coming true. This builds our faith even more to go through Jacob's trouble. That's going to be taking place during this time. Okay, as you see, these Edomites are going to just go to what? They're going to turn to their sword. They're not going to have any type of respect for their government. Okay, and I can go actually one verse up in 2 Ezra 15, sound verse 16. It says, let's go up to verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell in it, for the sword and the destruction draw it now, and one people should stand up and fight one another, and swords in their hand. For there should be seditions among men and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand their power. Okay, so all form of authority would just simply be ignored. Okay, and it's just going to be death and chaos in this place. It's just going to be a horror show. And this is why I named this video the morning after, because it's going to be the people over on the other side of the world is going to be like rejoicing, going, we get the number one currency. But over here, it's going to be a horror show because people are going to realize that their wealth, their net worth has suddenly been reduced significantly. And as the man said, later on the stock market is going to crash afterward like that. So there is not going to be anything for anyone to turn to and to save themselves during that time, because it's inevitable. Those who are going to experience this chaos, this drop, this fall, okay, are going to react extremely negative, and they're going to react extremely carnally. Okay, and so this is what we're going to be watching. Let's close over the book of Isaiah 19. And starting with verse 14, because, just when you think, these people think that things are going to be better. And if you take a look around, you can see in the news here, Jake is starting to become riled up right now. When I say Jake, I'm talking about the whole entire 12 tribe of Israel. Okay, you have the northern kingdom and southern kingdom. You have Judah, who are the more darker skin, and you have the northern kingdom. You have the southern kingdom, which is Judah, the so-called Negroes. Okay, and you have the northern kingdom, which are the more lighter skinned ones, who we call the Latinos. And that's mixed with the tribe of Gad. Okay, because this is here what's going to start to take place right around that time too, and it says. This is Isaiah 19 and Psalm 14 says, the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai, had mingled a perverse spirit in the mind in midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt, great Babylon, America, to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggered on his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail or branch may rush to. In that day Egypt should warn like women, and it should be afraid and fear because of the shaking hand of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shemashai, which he shake it over. Now listen to this part. See, because this is what you doggone Edomite needs to figure out, need to really take it to heart here. And the land of Judah should be a terror unto Egypt, great Babylon, America. Everyone that maketh mention thereof should be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shemashai, which he had determined against it. Now, you doggone Edomites will walk around, and every time these stores close down, all over the place, that you're saying, they're just restructuring all that stuff. Well, the people who are impacted by the children of Israel, Yasharala, so-called Black Americans, Latino, and as it says right here, as the work dwindles out here, these low-paying job, these servitude job that Jakes have been doing for you, doggone Edomites, to feel proud about yourself, is disappear. Okay, along with the crash of this petrodollar. Okay, you're going to see what Judah is going to turn into exactly what Judah likes to do, which is what? Rebellion. Okay, and you're going to see rebellion. Okay, from the tribe of Israel. Okay, the 2/3 as they have put everything, all of their mind, their soul, okay, into this place, into this man. They've trusted into Esau. You're going to see a wickedness on a scale that you people can't even begin to imagine. Okay, and there's a reason why the Lord had put us through captivity so many times and has punished us. Why? Because see, we are the salt of the earth, and when we do things, we do it on a level that is totally different from the way you people are. Okay, and this is how the Lord is going to, basically delete the 2/3 here, because of course, you know, these Edomites are going to retaliate, you know, with their technology and their sword, which is going to be these drones, you know, and I can go on and on and on how this Jacob's trouble is going to take place, because Jake will have no choice but to go out there and do what Jake does best, which is what? To be rebellious, wicked, and you know, and I'm talking about the 2/3 here, okay, and you know, it's just gonna be a horror show here. So this is what I wanted to bring out, you know, with the morning after, when, you know, the BRIC nations announced that, hey, we got the dominant currency, and screw you, Great Babylon America, and your peckerwood petrodollar. Okay, Lord willing, you edify, like the close back and all in honor to Yahweh, Shemi Ashai, by Shem Rakakadash, double honors to teachers, tellers, and apostles of great most, and also to you brothers that put no this truth, faithfully, fearlessly feeding sheep, and to you brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom.